Well, hello and welcome to another episode of MOPO where we discuss matter of personal opinion.
It's all MOPO.
Today's another episode of Gotham, Season 4, Episode 10.
Episode 10. Moving right along.
Right along. Yo, so we start off pretty action heavy.
Yeah, so...
In a way.
You got Professor Pig in the jail, but I didn't recognize him as that. And he's like... First of all, you're going in there... he's not in jail. He's in Arkham.
Because, yeah, we were saying no real criminals go into jail. There is no real jail. And they just invested in an insane asylum. They're like, even if you're a normal criminal, there's something wrong with your head.
Right.
So we're going to figure out a way to fix you.
And we're going to throw you in Arkham. The future resort where you can easily break out of space. Well, it already is an easy place to break out of, as we're about to see. But, he's messing with the music and shit, and he puts on Ave Maria or whatever.
I like it.
It's a good song, but it triggers this Mexican dude where he's like, yo, I killed my mama.
He was Mexican?
I don't know, that might have been a little bit insensitive for me to say that, but he looked like that to me. He's all like, I killed my mama to that song, I say, or whatever. And
he didn't say that. He did say he killed his mama to that song, but he didn't say the essay part.
And he turned on his all like, fuck you, Holmes. But
he didn't say that part either.
That was the pig man. Turn around, and then all of a sudden...
so everybody's Mexican in this
all
story.
Of a sudden they had like one button, and their shirts hanging down and shit. They had bandanas, but
redo, start over. So
he turned around and was all like,
Pigman, yeah.
He said, why you think your mama beat you? And he's just like really egging him on, and dude, man, like he cracks him really hard. He lays into Professor Pig.
Like I thought there was gonna be a dodge or like a jitsu move where he kind of like throws the fist the other way.
Right, he was throwing Gordon around and whatnot. But,
and he just took it straight to the face.
Yeah.
Which bugged me out, though, because then it was like it moved off to the side.
Yeah, he all like put his face back together
and like,
shit.
I'm like, that Clayface?
Right, it played me. I thought he was Clayface for a minute, but he's not Clayface.
Because we... Alright, so, yeah, he continues to kill this guy.
Yeah, he uses a record. With a record. Like, he's all, like, stabbing him in his guts with the record and then slicing his throat. I'm like, this ain't exactly Mortal Kombat, but whatever, man.
Yeah, who's the girl with the fans?
Right. Katana or whatever? I don't know. I never used her.
But, yeah, so you jump... more or less, right, you jump to, Gordon and what's the gentleman's name in forensics?
Fox. Lucius.
Yeah, Lucius
Fox.
They are looking at an X-ray of the dude's head, and there's all kinds of brackets and metal braces and all sorts of stuff in there. And he even makes the comment during the fight where he's like, "Yo, you messed up my face. I paid a lot of money to look this good."
Yeah,
and we're like, yo, who is this guy? So, because, Gordon visits him.
Yeah.
Right? And he starts egging him on. He's like, yo, you want attention? He's like, I don't want attention. He's like, oh, good, because I just wanted to say bye. Like, I ain't ever thinking about you again. Case closed. I'm done with you.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm just going to leave now. And he's like, nah, you're just joking. He's like, yeah, I guess so, but, like, I'm closing this door and it's going to lock and I'm never coming back. And then he's just like, "Yo, pay attention to me, Gordon." He got all slanted face,
right?
Like he had a stroke immediately.
Yeah, his accent came back real hard there too.
Yeah, and I guess it was more like, "You ain't gonna forget about me, Gordon,"
right?
Because they said he was from the South or something.
Yeah.
That was inappropriate for me to say.
See, that's insensitive to the Southern people.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so this actually happened though. They said he talks Southern and he's from the South.
So maybe it's not insensitive to Southern people.
And they were like, so it turns out that it's this guy, Laszlo Valentine. A.K.A. Professor Pig. Professor Pig, or Mr. Pig. And apparently, what was it? Gordon asked Lucius, he's like, so why'd they let him go? Like, what happened? And they're like, yo, they ain't let him go. He straight up escaped.
Yeah, he went
and
on
they
his
were like,
own.
oh, SpaghettiOs. Like, we better go check on his cell. They're like, put a guy in there. And I never understood that. It's like, put a guy in his cell.
Why?
Why? Like, I feel like that's a figure of speech, and you should know that. It's like, put a guy, like, man the cell.
Yeah.
Like, put a guy on the cell. Put a guy in front of the door, and make sure it stays locked cell. Not walk up and go, oh, hey, I'm the guy who's supposed to be inside your cell. I'm going to open up this door real quick, and then you put a noose around my neck and hang me.
And then use my blood to write your name and a little message to Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
And that's actually how they kind of end the episode. Like, oh, hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun, boy. Laszlo.
So, yeah, and it's just kind of like, oh, great. So
I guess we got another episode hunting this motherfucker down.
If he even exists, I mean, he could have just bounced entirely. I mean, back down to the south.
Again?
I mean, who knows? I don't know, because he kind of disappeared for a little bit. It's just a matter of, like, is he going to come back? And it's like, why would he stick around, right?
I guess he got no, he still wants to cleanse that city.
Oh, that's true. All
so
right.
I don't think that's the last we're going to see of this guy.
But aside from that, even though that's kind of like, I guess I honestly wouldn't even call it the main story arc.
Nah,
because the main story arc is more like Sophia and Penguin, right? Like, she goes up to Gordon and it's all like, hey, like, let's go get Penguin. And
she's all like, we can be together.
Yeah, like, I want to be together after this is done. And he's like, no, like, you're trying to use me. She's like, yeah, but be okay still, with it. Look how good I am.
Right? Like, I'll get rid of Penguin, then me and you can be together.
And, like, I'll rule the city, and you'll be, like, my man who helps keep control of the city for me. I mean, that's at least how she don't say all that, but that's how it plays out in my head.
Because, like I said, it's hard to get a wrap around what this girl really wants. She's playing
so many angles. It's really like, I don't know. I feel like she has an she has a different motive for even her motives.
Yeah, like she's a pretty wild chick, but
so like
she don't hear what she wants to hear from Gordon. So I guess she leaves in the tiff or whatever.
Yeah,
and
then she gets confronted by Penguin.
Then Penguin is all like, with Zaz, like,
I heard you were kissing Gordon.
Yeah.
You said you don't like Gordon. Like, why are you kissing people you don't like? You're lying to me.
Right, you're lying to me. You're my enemy this whole time. And she's all like, well, maybe I am then, motherfucker, or whatever. She's like, I played the shit out of you. I made you some goulash and rubbed your feet.
And you broke like a pencil.
The whole shit, or whatever. So he's all, you're gonna regret that.
Yeah, and what is it? Basically, like, walks in. Like, I don't know how to exactly describe this guy. Like, he's wearing a giant rubber suit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got this big, bulbous, bald head with these goggle glasses.
Or whatever, like a power drill.
Yeah, like he's Dr. Kevorkian.
And they got her all strapped up. Like, damn, immediately, as soon as, like, she leaves, she's, like, already, like, they're gonna kill her ass for, like, they want to know what her situation is with Gordon and whatever. They're gonna kill her. But she, like, talks her way out that shit.
Yeah, she's like, yo, how's your family on such and such boulevard? I heard that one was on the way. Was it a good birth? And it's just like, what? It's just like, you think I don't know who you are or where all your loved ones are? And he's just like, and
people are instructed to do things to these people if anything should happen to me. So he's like, yo, tighten up her shit. Yeah, we're cool, right? 'Cause, like, that's my nephew.
It's like, I drilled that guy's head, so don't kill my family.
Straight, right? And she walks out there and gets kidnapped by Barbara in there.
The Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, the Barber Gang.
The Barber Gang. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the three of these girls...
They are
hilarious.
some ruffians, I'll tell you that right now. They are up to no good.
Yeah.
They're doing it for themselves.
But they kidnap her and they're like, yeah, we're going to use you to get to Penguin. And she's like, I want to get rid of Penguin too. And they're like, all right, cool.
Sophia's just like loving all this attention. She's like, I got kidnapped like 5 times. Yeah.
My hair is on point.
But yeah, so she winds up like teaming up with the Barber Gang or whatever, and like they're gonna get Penguin.
Well, I mean, kind of, right? It's more like a means to an end, like, because they're not cool with it right off the bat. They actually make a deal with Penguin to like give them, or to give him Sophia, but it's kind of like, oh, we'll give you Sophia, but we're gonna like backhand deal this on our own. But while they're backhand dealing it, Penguin's backhand dealing it because he sends Zaz over and goes like, oh, y'all in the same spot, cool, confirmation, and then rocket launchers, and just by sheer luck, they get out in the nick of time, and
Sophia uses that to go get Gordon again. It's like, you got to get the Penguin.
Yeah, you got to get Penguin. Oh my God, look, you trying to kill me. And he's just like, all right, well, what's the evidence? Like, let me take a police report, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, just go kill Penguin. And he's like, nah, I got to do this by the book.
No more, right.
And and then immediately she went from crying, oh my God, I'm so sad, to, why aren't you doing what I'm telling you to do?
Right, like a real cold chick.
And Gordon's like, nah, it's got to be by the book. And Gordon actually goes to Penguin and is like, yo,
you gotta get your chick.
I'm gonna send her off on a train, and you ain't never gonna see her again, but you need to stay out of it. And Penguin's like, no, and then Gordon's like, yeah, and then Penguin's like, okay, and then send Zaz out anyway.
Because Sophia uses the Barber Gang and they kidnap Martine. So now Penguin's like, I need Martine back, so he sends Zaz on that train because he knows
that Sophia knows where they are.
Right.
And Martine is his little poster child.
Right.
Like, he's grooming this kid to be him.
Little Penguin Jr. or whatever.
Jr.
And I'm like, and it kind of is like foreshadowing because I'm like, I don't remember Penguin having no little sidekicks.
Yeah.
So, like, she's all like, Zaz, or Victor, or whatever she calls him, you tell Penguin to meet me under the bridge at, 9 o'clock or whatever with a couple sandwiches, and I'll give you she didn't want the sandwiches, I'm just saying, like, that'd be a good time to have a couple sandwiches, but, and we'll give you Martin, or whatever, and, he does that, and they all meet up, and she sends Martine along and said, go get in the car.
Yeah, Penguin sends him into the car.
And blows that car up.
Dude, he straight goes like, yeah, you see that kid right there? Boom.
Nah,
like, he
don't.
just pushes that button. Yeah, he's like...
And I'm like, yo, this is like...
I could not believe it.
Public television, man.
He blew that kid up.
I mean, they killing little kids live on national TV now? Like, this ain't no HBO.
Like, he's
regular-ass TV.
He's the mother in the fairy tale where they're like, all right, I'll cut the child in half. And then he's the parent who's like, yeah, do it. Give me the bigger half.
Right. I want the top half.
I want the one with all the good parts.
Right? But, and he totally kills that kid, and listen, like, you ain't got shit on me, bitch. Like, I'm getting you. You're not getting me. Or whatever. And, next scene, they go back to commercial, kid's all alive, and shit. Like, dude, they didn't let that last too long, which is a good thing.
I was just like, what?
I was like, that's
it wasn't right after the commercial.
It was almost like, though, like, right
but
there.
I definitely had relief.
And he sent Martine away, because he's in danger or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any like death.
Set him off like Simba,
like
run away and never. Well, no, you're not. I guess not. It's just like live in our safe house with armed guards while we handle this mob issue.
But like, I don't know who this kid grows up to be, if he does grow up to be anything in like the DC universe, like the deaf mute supervillain who writes out his notes and shit. But
no, Mr. Silence.
Oh shit. You know, DC, we want 10% of that.
Can he make noises? That. He could be. What is it? The character onomatopoeia.
And then basically, like, how that whole situation ends is like Sophia and the Barber Gang. They're like really itching to get the Penguin after that. Like after they don't know that Martine is alive, but they're all like,
yeah, they definitely been had, and they want revenge.
And they're all like bickering amongst each other, like how they're gonna do it or whatever. And she's all like telling them they ain't got no choice but to work with her. And Barbara's all like, shit, bitch. And she's all like, bitch.
So yeah, you ain't got no clubhouse,
right?
Because that got blown up.
But
yeah, and then so that was kind of like the main story arc, and then like this little side piece of the story arc,
right?
Over here down in the corner,
Lee and the Riddler are Enigma, really.
Yeah, Enigma.
You know, trying to like deal with being like the leader of these people now, and like
she's up in the ring on a chair like she's Khaleesi.
Yeah, hearing out
gripes. I'm like, no, stop your bickering. We are stronger as one. Unity is good. You know, handle your strife.
Right, like, and they're complaining because there's like this boss hog motherfucker, like, in the Narrows trying to like take over, you know, rights to the fights or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I had a deal with Cherry, but I don't have no deal with you.
And he's like, I want a better deal.
Yeah, he's just like, I definitely want more money.
So this crazy chick like poisons this dude.
Well, no, because basically he's got the flu, right? And she tries, like she pulls a move, like she's losing the negotiation, and she pulls a move like, oh, you got the narrow flu, like that you're gonna be coughing up blood. That's rare. Like I got some medicine for that, but like you don't, and blah blah blah. Which I'm like, I don't even know if that was like the smartest move, and it proved really not to be, because yes, she got out of that situation right then and there, but then they robbed her for like all the medication and smashed up the place.
They go back to her apartment, it's all smashed up and shit.
All the drugs and antibiotics are gone, everything's smashed to hell, but she gets this idea where she's like, well, I mean, I'm gonna just use this little vial I have, which is just a concoction of random drugs that she was playing amateur chemist with, and it's like
she knows it's dangerous.
It's a pretty bad poison, and somehow has an antidote for it as well. So it's like a little bit of this in this pile, a little bit of that in that pile. It's like,
well, she knows what she's doing.
I guess she must.
And she basically banishes this dude. He's like, yo, you get out of town. How about that?
Yeah, because he is poisoned. Like, she slipped it in his drink somehow, and he's like, whoa, 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 having convulsions right there on the spot. Like, when she threw that vial behind her as she was walking, and he caught it, I was like, yo, I don't think he's that messed up.
Right? I'll just be throwing it like that. So, she's really, like, solidifying herself as, like, this, like, queen of the Narrows or whatever. But towards the end, you kind of see, like, Enigma's kind of losing his shit again. And I think the Riddler is...
Because she says to him, it's like, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't know how you would react or how it would affect you, but there's nothing wrong with your brain. Like, it's all psychological. And then it's like, as soon as he heard that, he was like, all psychological. And like you said, he's like in the mirror, and he starts seeing Riddler flashing and everything, like starting to come to the surface.
Right. So, those are the kind of storylines, they had going on this episode. I'd like to see next episode what's going on with Bruce, maybe again a little bit.
Yeah, I really like how they're portraying the Riddler right now, like as a hallucination.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be a lot of fun to play that character right now for him.
Yeah.
But what do you think about, this whole Sophia thing? I tell you, all over my notes, I just have Sophia is weird.
Yeah, every single episode, Sophia is weird.
Like, question marks.
Sophia is weird.
Sophia, like, what is this chick? But,
how do you think Lee handled that situation in the Narrows? Think that was a good play, bad play?
They look a boss.
Think it's going to bite her in the... I think it's going to bite her in the end.
Yeah, letting him live.
Well, letting him live, like, not being more forceful.
Should just killed him.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough fear there.
Yeah.
Because, like, she gave him the antidote.
Out. Yeah, you gave him the antidote.
Like, she should have given him something that put him, like, on the brink of death. But no, like, even then, it's like, no, you got to get rid of that.
Yeah, well, we will see what happens, but...
you better not come back.
What do you think, about the series so far, the season? Please like, share, subscribe, comment, because, it's all a matter of personal opinion.
It's all MOPO.
Thanks for listening.